This is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Hawkgirl. Not only that, but this is the Platinum Chase variant. The Platinum Chase variant, I believe, is supposed to be Shira Saunders, and then the standard release is supposed to be Kendra Saunders. So it's pretty cool to get two different characters, even though it's a repaint, but two different characters in the DC universe. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Spawn Toys from Instagram for hooking me up with this. This is the last Platinum Chase variant I need to be fully caught up, at least for the time being, as new figures are rolling out constantly. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus. DC Multiverse Hawkgirl, McFarlane Platinum Edition, McFarlane Collector's Edition. Here she is in the package. Looks like we have a display stand, a collector's card, her mace, and some wings, which are not removable. One side of the package, McFarlane Collector's Edition Hawkgirl from Justice League of America. This is the 36th figure in the Collector's Edition subline. Other side, it says Hawkgirl. At the bottom, there's her barcode if that helps, but I believe the barcode is the same on both the Platinum and regular versions of Hawkgirl. And in the back, here she is posed up, but this is the standard version, not the Platinum. So with no further ado, let's open her up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here she is with all her accessories laid out. We have a display stand, a collector's card, 6 interchangeable hands, and her mace. Before we deal with all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Hawkgirl, the Golden Age version. This is Shira Saunders Hall. She's a reincarnated Egyptian princess, Shira, and the partner of Carter Hall, the Golden Age Hawkman. Her powers include flight, with the nth metal feathered wings, reincarnation via the nth metal knife, superhuman hearing, vision, strength, senses, durability, and stamina, healing factor, highly skilled armed and unarmed combat, ability to communicate with birds, utilizes the nth metal, gravity defying belt and archaic weaponry, temperature regulation, immortality granted through reincarnation, and multilingualism. Seems like a lot, so let's take a closer look. I like the color scheme on her. It's what I sort of picture when I think of Hawkgirl. She's got this giant sort of hawk-looking mask. It's orange with black highlights, white eyes, and I think it looks pretty damn good. It's got some black sort of feathery type things coming out. As you go further down, it's got a yellow tank top. She's got her forearm armor, and she's got orange trunks, green pants, done with the Rebirth Wonder Woman body, and then she utilizes the Batman Who Laughs wings, which are articulated and look great. The sculpt, paint job are excellent. They do not come off, they're permanently attached. I'm sure I could rip them out of there if I had to, but they're not really meant to come out. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, a solid release. I would say this is one of the top members of the Justice League that we're missing at this point. It's probably Black Canary and Zatanna. And if those are the top members you're missing, they're doing a pretty good job. And a closer look at her face, helmet, and head sculpt. The helmet is fantastic. I think they did a good job on that. I also like their choice of wings. The body's nice, but the head and helmet really sell the figure. And then, here's the figure, broken down as far as she can go, with all of her removable parts detached. Now let's check out her accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's her display stand, typical McFarlane display stand we've seen countless times before. And then we have her collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Hawkgirl, but this is the modern version, McFarlane Collector's Edition. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. But once again, this is describing the modern version. Now let's look at her hands. She has a total of 6 hands, 3 left hands, and 3 right hands. Here she is with her first pair of hands. These are her fists. And then her second pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands with trigger fingers. And here's her last pair of hands. These are some open hands. They would probably look good in a flight pose. Now let's look at her mace. This thing is made of nth metal, which is damn near indestructible. As you can see, it sort of has the ball on top, but the spikes are sort of filed down. And then the handle has a nice sculpt detail to it. Here's a look at Hawkgirl holding that mace. Now let's talk about her wings. These are the wings that came with the Sky Tyrant, the Batman Who Laughs, and everyone was very disappointed when Hawkman didn't use these wings, but at least we're getting them now. The main draw about these wings is that they're articulated. The sculpt is fantastic. Now Hawkman's wings are a little bit bigger, but they don't move, at least the wings themselves. And I appreciate the fact that Hawkgirl's wings are smaller than Hawkman's. It kind of makes sense. So, the sculpt is absolutely fantastic. Look at each and every feather. Very, very well done. And the paint job matches. It's not just one solid color. We have dark brown, medium brown, light brown. The main appeal is that they're articulated. They do not rotate up and down. I wish they did. They're hinged back and forth. And then they're articulated here as well, so you can sort of stretch them out, which looks really, really cool. Gives you some good flight poses, and then she can kind of be normal when she's walking around. Now, the drawback of these wings, at least on this figure, is they make her really, really top-heavy. She loves to fall forward or back, and it's really hard to get her to stand up properly, but if you find that sweet spot, keep her ankles like that. Like I said, these wings were first used with the Batman Who Laughs, the Sky Tyrant version, where he stole them from Hawkman. Now we'll check out the differences, reuse, and similarities between both versions of Hawkgirl. And I love the fact that they gave us two different characters, even though they're both Hawkgirl, they're different real identities, just with a simple paint job. So let's take a closer look. Now starting with the wings, hers are gray, hers are brown. I appreciate that they're different. They both have a good paint job. Then we have her masks. One is done in sort of a gold color, one in orange. Her tank top, yellow and green, just yellow. The trunks, green versus orange. And the boots, red versus orange. Old school, modern. Happy to have them both. Now I want to check out the differences, reuse, and similarities between this Hawkgirl and Wonder Woman. They use the same base body, which debuted with Superwoman. So let's take a closer look. Obviously, their heads are totally different. The torso area is also totally different, as Wonder Woman is one solid piece with their armor, and Hawkgirl has two separate pieces. I'd say the arms are the same, except they have different sort of forearm armor, and they added the sort of bicep bracelet thing. The diaper piece is different, and I'd say the legs down to the boots are the same. So, different head, different torso, different diaper, different paint job. Here are all the McFarlane figures that utilize the Superwoman, Wonder Woman base body. We have a total of 7 of them so far. The next one to use this body is going to be the patina version of Wonder Woman. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and her accessories, let's check out her height. From bottom to the top of her head, standing right around 7.2 or 7.3 inches tall, which could translate to about 18 centimeters. And we go to the top of her helmet, about 7.5 or 7.6 inches tall. And for her articulation, starting with her head, of course, it can rotate side to side. She can look up a very good amount, down very good as well. Can tilt her head from one side to the other. Her wings, they're hinged up and down. They can sort of flap. They do not rotate up and down. And then, of course, they're articulated in the middle. Shoulders on a ball joint goes up more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. Now, butterfly ring doesn't quite match the flesh tone of her arms. Could be a little better there, and it could be a little tighter. It seems like it's a little loose, large gap. Bicep cut doesn't move very much. Double jointed elbows. Her wrist can rotate, and it's hinged as well. Ball joint the torso, rotate around, forward and back. Another one the waist. Rotate around, forward and back. A lot tighter on the waist than the torso. Between the two, pretty good range of motion. You definitely get more out of the torso than the waist on her. Legs, complete as splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is non-existent. Legs go forward about that far, back not at all. Double jointed knees. And her ankle. Forward and back. Rotate. Tilt, rock, and toe articulation. Here's a look at Hawkgirl flying above the city skies, and a closer look at Hawkgirl holding her mace, ready to go. And then here's both Hawkman and Hawkgirl, the dynamic duo. And here's both the Golden Age version of Hawkman and Hawkgirl next to the modern versions. I love having such a different selection. Now stick around next to some other action figures, starting off with some other Hawkgirl and Hawkman figures. Here's the Golden Age version of Hawkgirl in the orange and green color scheme, next to the modern version of Hawkgirl with sort of the green and yellow color scheme. And here she is, next to a DC Direct CW Arrowverse Hawkgirl. Then, next to a Spin Master 6-inch James Gunn Superman movie Hawkgirl. Here are all the Hawkgirl figures that I have from Spin Master, McFarlane, and DC Direct. And here she is, next to McFarlane's Collector's Edition Hawkman figures, both the Golden Age and modern versions. Next, with McFarlane's Black Adam movie Hawkman. And here, with a DC Direct Hawkman figure. Unfortunately, this guy's broken in like 5 different places. Here's Hawkgirl, next to the Batman Who Laughs Sky Tyrant version. He stole the wings after he killed Hawkman. You can see he has the harness on his chest. So here's the McFarlane Collector's Edition Wave 1. Every single Collector's Edition figure has a Platinum Chase variant. Here are both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the first appearance Superman, the Abyss, and Alan Scott Green Lantern. And here's the second wave of Collector's Edition figures, both regular and Platinum versions of Firestorm, Hawkman, and Sinestro. Then, the third wave of Collector's Edition figures, we have the Death and Return of Superman, Captain Carrot, Batman as Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman. Here's the fourth wave. This wave consisted of Penguin, Starfire, and Captain Boomerang. And here's the fifth wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Sergeant Rock, Connor Kent Superboy, and Manga Batman. Here's the sixth wave of Collector's Edition figures, both versions of the Red Hood, Clock King and Dr. Time, Ragman, and Agent Liberty. And finally, here's the seventh wave of McFarlane Collector's Edition figures, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Dark Knight Returns Batman, Huntress, and some Green Lantern Corps members. We have Tomar Ray, Evan Sewer, Arcus Chumuk, and the Green Man. And then here's the eighth wave of Collector's Edition figures. This wave was unusually large. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of Lightning Lad, Simon Bowes Green Lantern, Geoforce, Grid, the Christopher Reeve Superman, and Mr. Terrific. Then, with wave 9 of the Collector's Edition, Guy Gardner Green Lantern, Captain Cold, and Power Girl. And here's wave 10 of McFarlane's Collector's Edition, both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the Year 2 Batman, Deadshot, and Adam Strange. And here's wave 11 of the Collector's Edition, at least I think. The way they're releasing exclusives, variants, it's kind of hard to tell what the wave is at this point. We have both the regular and Platinum versions of the Target exclusive Strange Lives of Superman, Hawkgirl, Yellow Jacket, Mr. Terrific, and then Red Lantern Guy Gardner. And since this guy is a Platinum Chase variant, let's check out all the different Platinum Chase variants McFarlane has released. Here are all the different Platinum Chase variants from 2020 through the end of 2023. And then here are all the Platinum Chase variants from 2024. Boy, did they really crank up the volume. They were cranking out so many Platinums last year, and it looks like this year is going to be about the same. And then here are all the Platinum Chase variants in 2025. We have the red Platinums on the left, and the silver Platinums on the right. As of right now, I'm fully caught up on Platinum Chase variants, but there are a ton about to drop. There's only one figure I'm really looking for that McFarlane has released that I don't have, and that's the Superpowers Wave 4 Walmart exclusive Black Manta. Unfortunately, I did not win the EQ Royal Raffle for that guy, and he's the only one eluding me still. If anyone out there can point me in the right direction, or can possibly help me out, please drop me a line in the comments below. It is much appreciated. Now let's check her out next to some of the recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here she is, next to the James Gunn Superman movie figures. And to my surprise, it looks like they're not doing Hawkgirl for the movie. We have Superman, Battle Damage Superman, Deluxe Superman, Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, the Superman Robot, and the Kaiju Beast. I still need Ultraman, Battle Damage Ultraman, and Lex Luthor. Here's Hawkgirl, next to a couple more Target exclusive releases. We have the New 52 Superman, and the Revenge of the Green Lantern's Red Cyborg Superman. And here she is, next to this recent Batman theatrical assortment. We have the all-bronze Michael Keaton Batman, the Batman vs. Superman Jeremy Irons Alfred, and the Batman Forever Jim Carrey Final Suit Riddler. Then, next to a couple of McFarlane cover recreations, we have the infamous stolen Killing Joke Joker and the Dark Knight Returns Batman. And now, with the Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark Captain Carrot. And here she is, next to Cowboy Batman, Jade, Armored Hal Jordan, both the regular and Platinum versions of Eradicator, Cyborg Superman, and Bizarro. And here she is, next to both the Platinum and regular versions of the Walmart exclusive Year 1 Batman, and Lieutenant Jim Gordon. Then, with both the regular and platinum versions of Icon, and now with the GameStop exclusive Frostbite Red Hood and George Clooney Batman. And finally, next to the 4th digital wave, both the regular and platinum chase variants of Two-Face and Dr. Fate, and also the Silver Age Superman. Now let's check her out next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how she fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you will know which lines you can mix her with. Since she's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check her out with some of her McFarlane Toys brothers and sisters. In front of you are 5 different action figures, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale, and now with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and some Diamond Select toys. Here's Hawkgirl next to some Cinnamon Swirl Raisin Bread, and here she is with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally with some SH Figure Arts and Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, it's a really nice Hawkgirl figure. I'm glad I didn't overpay for it to get her online, as she's hitting Walmart stores in full force. I've seen tons of people saying they found 3 platinum Hawkgirls and 1 regular one. I don't even know which one is going to be more rare at this point. The biggest complaint I have about this figure is that she's very top heavy. It can be very difficult to get her to stand up and keep her standing. Now, I love the wings, they look fantastic, and I think I prefer this color scheme to the modern version, as it's what I'm more familiar with Hawkgirl. But I'm really happy we have 2 different options, one with your Golden Age Justice League or JSA, and one with your modern Justice League. One to go with the Golden Age Hawkman, one to go with the modern Hawkman. I think it's really cool to have these options, and I love the fact that they're actually 2 completely different characters, but both the same superhero. If I were to rate this figure, her articulation's pretty good, although her sort of shoulders and butterfly ring could be a little better. It has some gaps and some looseness going on there. Her mace is pretty cool. Her wings are fantastic. I love it, but I kind of wish they could come out and come back in. Like I said, if I were to rate this figure, probably give her a 7 out of 10, even though she looks better than a 7 out of 10, but some of the functionality, being top heavy, etc., kind of keeps her score around there. Now, which one do I like better? That is a hard choice. I think I like the Platinum slightly better, but I'm probably going to use the modern one more with my modern Justice League. They both look really cool, and I'd say give them both the same rating. I do think the wings look a little better on this one, with the brown feathers, a little more paint, a little more variety. I like the orange mask better, but like I said, I'm probably going to actually use the modern one more often, as I typically have photographs and action figure setups with my modern action figures versus the Golden Age versions. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys real soon.